Hello, Biafrans. Hello, lovers of freedom. Good people. You are highly welcome today. Good afternoon from here. Good evening, good night, and good morning. Whenever you might come across this video, you are highly welcome. And we welcome you to today's program. This is Veronica at Jesus BTV Europe. You are welcome today. We are back today. We are back today to continue to trash, to bring you to the notice, to the knowledge of what is going on. And that is why we are here, BTV Europe, to let you know of the goings and to ask questions and to assimilate and to digest. So today's topic, we are going to discuss, we're going to talk about why the quest for freedom. Why the quest for Biafran freedom and the continued quest for self-determination by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Well, Biafrans, I'm going to take you back. For example, when we talk about freedom, we must try to understand the meaning of freedom, what freedom is all about. When we talk about freedom, because um, some people may not know exactly what freedom is all about or the meaning of freedom when we talk about it. For example, or I may say that freedom is like a movement, maybe of a people from one location to another, from one place to another. Okay? Free movement without nothing holding you, or occupying your space, without anything, being or tied you down on a particular place. Okay? So that as a people or as a person, you can move, free movement, okay, from one place to another. Free could be occupation, free life. You are free. You have a very big space to move around, to eat, to talk, to do, or to, your day to day activities, okay? You can carry it on without anybody, okay, or anything holding you down. All right. 10 of a thing, maybe animals, maybe whatever you call it, is still the same movement. They can be free to move around. All right. So when we talk about this freedom and of people, if you do not have freedom, you cannot do anything. If you do not have a space, you cannot occupy. If you cannot move freely, then you cannot achieve anything. You must have freedom to work as a person, to earn your living. You must have freedom, okay, to choose exactly where you want to work. And wherever you are working, making your living, you must have freedom so that you can be able to tender well your day-to-day activities or what is expected of you in a particular place of work where you are working. Whatever you are doing. So, as a people, okay, you must have freedom to live in, freedom to move around, freedom of expression, freedom to belong. If you do not have freedom, you cannot belong to a particular place. You cannot even stay long in a particular place. For example, if you're working in a particular organization, in a particular place, company, whatever you might say, if you do not have freedom, you cannot tender, you cannot meet up, you cannot feel free. And that could cost you a lot of things. As a person, it can cause you a mental, okay, disorder. You can have a mental problem, develop a mental problem if you do not have freedom, because that is what exactly is needed of everybody, of a person, of a people. Then let me come to a government. If you are in a government, like let's say now, let me use these political parties, okay, as an example. You belong to political parties, different political parties they have. You are in one, and you feel you do not have much freedom. You cannot move around. You cannot meet up. You were not accepted. Okay, you can move to another where you feel comfortable, but not in the kind of political parties we have, okay, in Nigeria. Now, let me go back to why the quest of freedom, Biafran quest of freedom by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, as Biafrans, as a people, that since after the war, that Biafrans were not accepted as people, even though we're reintegrated back into the nation Nigeria, but they have not been fully accepted. Biafrans are living as an isolated people, rejected people, slaves. And of course, slaves, that is what they call them. Even if they cannot say it openly, but their actions are better than words. And their actions are speaking right now and speaking every day upon Biafrans. Biafrans are being treated as slaves, poorly marginalized. Even after the war that they were given only 20 pounds, they have to struggle and struggle and struggle. Education wise, fitting in business, and otherwise. Tell me, all over the world, where a man is given only 20 pounds, you know the meaning of it, compared to what, the rate of money today in Nigeria. Compared before, not even now, before, or you can say now, how much, what are you going to do with such a money? But Biafrans have to pay with their lives. They have to struggle night and day. They starve. You see, so many did not go to school because there were no money to train them. Children were dropped out of school and they started doing what? They started doing what we call housemanship. That Biafrans will have to go for what we call in Igbo boy, 7 masters. They served them for years. For those that are a little better than the others, they take their brother. They train their brother. They train that one. 7 years, 6 years, 10 years, and after that, they settle that one with a little money they could gather, and that one will start the business and will take another person. They started helping themselves like that. They struggled and they started looking for better conditions, better means of living, of life. Some started using everything they have, selling all their lands. A lot sold their properties, their land, because let me say properties, most of them lost within the war. But they could sell their lands, gather the proceedings, and give to their children to travel abroad. And there they started rising, they started making it, they started coming up. While in the east, in the Biafran land, there was nothing for them to start with. Even after the war, that they could have been reconciled, that could have been reconstructed. But no, they weren't. They weren't because there were no federal presence. They were abandoned. No, do you know what is called federal presence? It's not even on roads. It's not even in hospitals. It's not even in schools. Biafran children have got to, in education, they are bright, but they have to strive. They are intelligent in everything. They strive to study. Their cutoff marks are higher than every other state, than every other regions. They have to read and read. They beat the cutoff marks because their own were always higher than everyone. Whereas the rest enjoy ingratitude. They enjoy, even with poor marks, they could go to school, they could go to universities, they enjoy free educations. But in Biafra land, it was all toiling by the day. But they struggled along to be whatever they are today. Some leave, some of them, they have to live together in one place, in one room, so that they could do what? They could do what they call osafia. Do you know what that means? Let me explain it. They have to go from one shop to the other. They might not have the goods, but they run to the next neighbor. They pick, they sell, and they get the commission. Exactly what most of them were doing. And they could survive from that way. They were pushed to move to Lagos. They were pushed to move to the north. They were pushed to move to various places where they could earn a better living. Because in the Biafra land, there were nothing left for them to feed on. Hunger was strictly in the land. Where Kwashoko almost died, a lot of children, a lot of families lost their loved ones. So, what do you want them to feed on? They have to start making movement, looking for a better place where they can trade, where they can walk. And most of them started training themselves because their parents could no longer do more. Some had to go to school. They train themselves. They pay the way through their school, through their educations. A lot did it on their own without their parents because their parents were so poor they couldn't do anything. Old, they couldn't do anything. Now, even if they finish school, after education, they were not accepted into the federal parastatals. They were not accepted into the mainstream. No, they were not accepted. They have to work their way through. But because of their innocency, because of their hard work, they have to get there. A lot of them found their ways outside the country. They go, they take their brother, they take their sisters, they take their families. They fought through all the way. But in the midst of this, while we're going through these sufferings, because the marginalization, because their freedom were not restored, their freedom were not given back to them, their freedom was seized, was taken away. They continued. Tell me, how could the people survive without light? Because light were far away from them. So many villages, so many towns that lived in darkness for so many years. Children grew up and they automatically got used to darkness. They continued or they have to see in darkness. They get used to seeing in darkness, to move around in the dark places because there were no light. They walked their way through. Is it in famine? Why? Because their freedom were not restored. They have to find their way through. And by the time they got there, someone will now let you know that you do not belong. You are not in the same place as him or her. And somebody will now call you Omo Igbo. And somebody will now call you Anyamiri. And somebody will now look down upon you in the same place, in the same country where they fought that you should not move away, in the same place where they agreed. What was the Aburi Accord? Why didn't they apply it? What happened that after the war, why didn't they apply the accord? But rather, they choose to make the Igbos continue slave and remove the character of the federal presence from them. Is it in allocations? How much do they receive? And their lands, Biafran land is producing exactly what they are using, exactly what makes Nigeria, exactly what they are sharing that makes a country. But in Biafra land, there exists no federal presence. And these people could produce. And these people produces the oil, produces everything that they are selling and gaining from. and there is no federal presence to talk about. There are no good roads. They live in swamps. Their roads are flooded, are bad, terribly bad. There is no light. Sometimes you do not have light. Sometimes you could have light in 1 week, 24 hours a day. You might not have light. You might have light for just 30 minutes, 1 hour, and it goes off. There are no industries, federal. Or is it the seaports we're talking about? That they have to remove everything, and everything east to the south. You just have to go to Lagos before you could do anything. And our people, Biafran, so grew in business that they do a lot of importation, mostly importation. They are the ones, highly importations. After much struggling, they picked up again. But they just, everything is, oh yeah, in Lagos. How could you? They pay taxes. Their taxes are higher. The cost of clearing the goods are higher. The taxes to the government, they are high. After that, they got to transport it back to the east. When you join all the costs, it becomes more expensive because they bought, they have to cover, to sell again, to buy, and to buy again. And when people talk, they give no ears. Nothing happens. Or is it since how many years that Nigeria entered into a democratic rule? The Igbo man has never been a president. And of course, they said an Igbo man cannot be a president. Is it politically? Because when it comes to politics, now comes tribalism. The Igbo man is being discriminated. Biafrans are being discriminated. In your own country? Oh, if you go to America, okay, let me leave America. Let me say, if you go, okay, you can go to Germany, you can go to Brazil, you can go to different places. If you are not from there, from the same country, you might be discriminated upon, even though discrimination right now in some countries are a crime. You do not discriminate on anybody in some countries, okay? But you are being discriminated because you are not from that place. Sometimes when you see some people highly discriminating, they discriminate you. But here, you belong. That one is okay, quite well understood. It is not your country. It because we are not from the same country. But what about your own country? What about your own country? That they said you are a citizen. You have the right of a citizen, okay? And you are being discriminated upon. And you are told right there to your face that you are evil. That you are evil. You should go back to your land. Now tell me, where is your land? Where do you come from? Where is your country? Oh, we have been proud then. We have been so much proud, Biafrans. For those who carried Nigeria on their head, that were so proud of Nigeria, were Biafrans. Biafrans were so proud of being in Nigeria then. They built Nigeria. They built everywhere they go to. They built Lagos. They built the North. They built everywhere. They develop it. They do not care. They want to be one Nigeria after they were integrated in, after the war. They carried it on their head. They loved it. They were proud of it as one Nigeria. They welcome you. When you come to the East, you are welcome. When you come to Biafra land, they welcome you very, very well. They treat you as a family, including today, as a stranger. As long as if you're a stranger, Biafrans, they know how to welcome you more than Biafrans. Then when you are Nigerian, you are being welcomed well. You are being treated well. But in those places, those parts of Nigeria that are not Biafra land, you are being discriminated and told you to your face. And you carry the same passport as a Nigerian, you carry the same identity as a Nigerian, nationality as a Nigerian. But you are being told to your face who you are, that you want nothing, that you want nothing. In schools, you are discriminated. In the market, you are discriminated. Oh, then they try to welcome us. They made us to suffer to build for them. Now, what is happening? Today, we are being thrown away. They ask us to go, that they have the land, that the land is their own. If we have been so much marginalized that when allocations come, loans comes, federal loans, they share within themselves, and it does not come to Biafra land. When Biafrans are treated as nothing, when they seized and removed everything from us and allow us to suffer alone, the same thing that happened within the war, before the war, is still happening today. Cold war, silent war, treatment as in war is given to us. Then, if you must be in the government, you must buy their way. You must buy their way. You must accept their way. You must receive what they offer you. You must sacrifice one thing. That is, whatever conditions they give you, that is what you will accept. It is not what you want, it is what they want. And since the Fulanis that are hungry for power, they do not have settlement, and they want to make Nigeria their land, especially Biafra land, that they started bringing in their foot soldiers to inherit our land, to take over our land. They want to settle their people in our land using one Nigeria as a word. It's not as if settlement, but this one is they have to kill you to take over your land. When it started happening, that you are no longer self in your own land, people are crying out. You cannot farm. Your farms are destroyed. because there are certain elements, bandits, foot soldiers, under the pretense of headsmen, that some people in the government, some those that wanted to take over the land, that feel like the land belongs to them, and they have their secret plans. And when those people, Biafrans, call out, there is nobody to answer them. No army to answer them because they are not by their side. No police to answer them because they are not on their side. They have orders not to answer. You might say, how? Yes, because it is in the public domain, it is open. Because the okay, the authorities, the people that feel they own the land, those that said if you touch any bandit, Buhari said it before. He said, if you touch any bandit, he said you are touching the knot. That is when you touch any one of them, you are not just touching them, but you are touching the knot itself because they brought them in. You can imagine when they come to Biafra land, they take over your bushes. Our bushes were being taken over entirely. They put in their mud buildings, their mud buildings and tattered lengths or whatever you call it. Tents, okay? They put it on. And you do not go to the farm anymore because they kill. That place belongs to them, they say. And while farmers come, they are being cut off. They are dead. Farms are destroyed by their cows. People are killed. Women, men, old women, children, pregnant women. All this continue to go on. People were crying out. We're crying out. Our leaders, their hands were tied. They could not do anything because it's part of them. Because they have to sell into the system to be a governor. Because they have to sell into the system to remain in a position. And people are lonely. People are without nobody to talk for them. Even up to today, their friends are crying out. With the rate of the killings that are going on in Ipob, say, or Kiwe, everywhere, they started it. They caused it. And nobody is answering. Nobody is close to answer. Why? Because those people have to do their bidding. They have to answer to their masters. They cannot talk. And what do you want? And one man, a man who feels like somebody rose up. People were feeling bad. People were deadly crying. The land was in disarray. And somebody rose up, a little one, to call for attention, to bring to the government of what is the impending doom that is coming, the impending doom of the destruction that is coming to the land. While we were passing hunger, while we don't have federal presence, we do not have anything to lay hands on, we do not have no port, to do our goods, we have to suffer for our living, we have to try for our living, and there is nobody around and there is nobody to help. Rather, our youths have to suffer. Our youths have to suffer night and day. Our mothers have to suffer night and day. Do you know what that means? You took away food from Biafrans so that you will suffer them. So that you will. Do you know what hunger could do to a people? They say a hungry man is an angry lion. When you remove everything, job, you remove good roads, everything life can talk about, good hospital. When you don't have money to pay your way to a hospital, you have to pay up to your neck. You have to pay all your life savings to get yourself cured. In a country whereby you have so much petroleum, in a country that is so much rich in minerals, that you export thousands of crude oils till this very day, in a place whereby that is producing your minerals, and there is nothing to talk about, to boast about. Rather, you feed them with hunger, you feed them with nothing. What do you want the youths to do? When you confiscate their hands, what do you want the youths to do? You are bringing them automatically, bringing them to crime. If you're a mother, if you're a father, if you're a guardian and you do not guide well, your shepherd, your that one that is placed on your hands, you're a government. You do not govern well. You are bringing chaos in your country, in your place where you are governing. You are bringing hunger. And where there is hunger, there seems to be crime. And what you people are doing? You people have used hunger to weaponize, to weaken the youth. Using hunger to destroy Biafra land. Using emptiness to destroy Biafra land. Oh, remove, keep them hungry. Do not give them anything. Make them to suffer. They have to study and study and study and study to get the grace, to get the cutoff marks to enter the university. They finish, no job. If they go to any company, they are Ipob, they are not accepted. They have to strive their way. And this ones, what do you want them to do? And when a voice came to bring this to awareness, calling upon the government, the authorities, look at what is going on. Save my people. Do something. Look around. Bring these things here. Oh, they said he is a joker until they started killing Biafrans, killing them, strangling them, anyhow, destroying our land, our farms, to automatically take over. And there came the little one, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was calling. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rose before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called upon you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke, called upon your presence, the authorities. to do the right thing, and nobody listened. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warned you, government, of the impending doom of the terrorists that are coming into the land to protect your people, protect everyone, including every sect of Nigeria and Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi called. He led protests of a lot of Nigerians as a whole, to call for government to take action to protect the land, to protect its citizens. But what happened? What happened? Nobody listened to him. Then the quest for freedom. If you cannot accept us, if you cannot take care of us, if you cannot allow my people to be part of you, if you cannot allow us to be together with you, if we are not accepted in your government, in the land, in the country, we are not part of you. We do not share any amenity, federal amenity with you. Federal allocations not in while the oil is being produced in part of our places. Then let my people go. And now comes the killing of our people and the takeover of Biafra land. There comes the quest of let my people go. If you do not want us, let my people go. Instead of eradicating my people, let my people go. Instead of killing them off, let my people go. Because the killings are going on and nobody we are shouting. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created, raised the group Ipob, and he started calling for attention, 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 so that the government will listen and do the needful. Why they didn't do it? Then he now opted, let my people go. And that's why I told you before, I said, when you are, even you as a government, when you enter the contract, or when you enter a contract, when you enter an alliance with anybody, it's not working. What do? You don't have your freedom. It is not the way it was agreed. What do? You opt to go. You opt to disagree. I mean, to leave. And that is the quest for freedom. Instead of calling for negotiations, instead of paying attention as a government, when one protests, when a set of people protest, what are they trying to do? They are trying to speak out. That is the only way the people you are ruling, that is the only way they can say their mind in protest. What are you supposed to do when they call out anything that is happening? They come out to speak out in protest. You, as a government, is supposed to call them together and get to know what the problem is all about. Talk about it and give a solution. In so many countries where democracy are being practiced abroad, I am talking about the Western world, not just Western world. Apart from Africa, I'm talking about other places. If there are protests, their governments, they give ear to their people. The police will shield the protesters. The police move with them to protect them, to avoid any any accident, any occurrences. The police go with them to protect them. You know why they do that? Because it is the civic right of the people. It is their right to protest, to speak out. Because if not, government will not know. When they get together to protest, it is their right of expression. All you got to do is listen to them, talk with them, agree with them, concord with them, and make amends. There you know what the people want. You said you all are in treaties of the United Nations and other acts, and you have democracy within it. And you said it's the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. What happens in Nigeria? It is the government of the government, by the government, and for the government alone. Democracy is far and far and far away. And of course, it is not for Biafrans, because Biafrans are never, ever listened to. When Biafrans come to speak, they gathered on a peaceful protest. Long by, I think, 2012 or what, 2012 or whatever. What happened? So many years, so many times, Biafrans gathered. They gathered on a protest. They gathered on what? The army came to kill them. They killed so many. Why those protesters did not raise an arm? They were not with any arm, but they were killed. Many times they have come in protest like that and they were killed. About 2 years ago, after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu too was renditioned, they raised a protest, peaceful protest in Aba, and they were killed again. Many were killed, many were injured. At Onitsha, they killed. It is their right to protest. And since you started killing them that way and nobody is protecting them, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now said, let my people go. The quest of freedom. We cannot talk. We cannot raise our anger. We are not accepted. We are not, Biafrans are not wanted anywhere. In a country where you belong, when it comes to an Igbo man, it is a different case automatically. How can you be in a country and they said, this one is Igbo, you are Hausa, you are Fulani, you are Yoruba, you are being discriminated upon. You are being mashed as a rag. You have to wash for others to climb. You are the one to clean for others to ride on. They look at you as if you come to take over their places, that you're taking over what they're supposed to have. And the worst is that the government do not hide it. They do not hide it. Because within politics, within elections, Within elections, you are told to your face, everybody will now go to their tribe. Everybody now will go to their tribe. Oh, this one will vote their tribe. The one that is contesting, as long as you are Igbo, you never get anywhere. You can never cross anywhere. Because of what? You are not wanted. They do not want you to climb, to cross over. That one will remember he's Yoruba. This one will remember his Hausa Fulani. And what about the Igbo man? No way. For him, elections, presidencies, and all those big posts, they are no-go area. What about ministerial posts? They cannot get. They only get how many positions, how many ministers in the whole what? How many ministers? Over 10 something you have. But you can count how many Igbos that are ministers there. So that comes the quest for freedom. If we are not accepted, if we are to be treated, continuously treated this way, not have a part in Nigeria, have nothing. We have to bathe through our nose. Our people have to suffer night and day. Do you know what it means? People go to take night buses. Every blessed Igbos have to run night and day with luxurious buses. They have to go with Hiace buses, diner buses, and all that, so that they could go to Lagos to do their businesses and to return back. They go, they buy, they go, they clear their goods to return back the next day. Do you know how many that have died in car accidents? You know how many that have been wasted on the roads because of this? And the roads that are not even good. That's the quest for freedom. And the people you are planning to be with, they are planning other things for you. If government could be signing in bandits, could be liaising with bandits, terrorists, they could bring them in. I mean, they brought them in to help them to overcome President Jonathan, and thus people turn over, and they are now using them, bringing as many as they want in the land to overrun the land for their jihadist, okay, war, and to take over. What do you want people to do? You cannot defend them. You do not want them to go. You want them to suffer in hunger, to whatever they have to earn all over their lives. They have to drive down for it. They have to suffer for it. There comes the quest for freedom and continued quest for self-determination. Since you cannot accept us, let us rule ourselves. Let us go our way, because by tribe we are not accepted. We are being discriminated. We are told to the face within elections, within time and time, day and night, that we do not belong. We should go back to our places. And whatever mistake we are killed, my people have been killed. They have killed and killed Biafrans in Nigeria, all over part of Nigeria. They become the victim whenever the Hausa man, Fulani man, whatever, whenever they want to have problems within their place, Biafrans are the one to pay for it. Their shops are being destroyed. Imagine in the north. Oh, they do not drink beer. They say they have laws against production and selling of beers, of alcohol. Okay? But Biafrans who do have shops that are selling alcohols, they sell, they pay taxes, and they accept the taxes. The government accept the taxes. Some are being destroyed. Their goods are being destroyed. Okay, you do not want them to sell alcohol in the north because of your what? Because of your Sharia law, because you do not approve it. You destroy their shops in the northern land, your place, in the north part of Nigeria. But whereby the brewers or whatever, the shops, whatever they have that are selling alcohol back in the east, the taxes are being paid into the government pocket, and you people do share from it. You do not reject it and say, oh, you do not accept such money because they come from alcoholic sales. No, you accept them. You put your laws and laws the way you want it. You created it. And Christians, Biafrans, as for Christians, of course, they have traditionalists too. They have no part. All the laws are mostly clamped on Biafrans. In all that is going on today, the bandits are not to be arrested. The terrorists are not to be arrested. They are not to be arrested. If you arrest anyone, the next minute they ask you to release them. They release them because that's the order. But if he's a Biafran, he will pay for it. When they come to Biafra land, these terrorists, they come to destroy the Biafra land. They come to kill. When the villagers come up to defend themselves, the next day they will send soldiers to come and burn down villages, taking young men, arresting young men of the land, children, young men. They have arrested so many. That so many of them, they have taken them, they have killed, they have arrested them, they took them away in places that nobody, families have not seen their children, a lot, thousands till today. You carry your armored tankers, you enter Biafra land to destroy. It hasn't happened in any part of Nigeria. In the north, whereby the bandits, the terrorists, okay, they are leaving, they are destroying. When they come to the Biafra land to destroy, and the people retaliate, they want to defend themselves. People, the village, the community come to defend themselves. The next day, they send all the armored tankers to come to pull down, to come to destroy. They throw bombs to civilian houses, destroying them, burning them, carrying these young men away. But in the places whereby they have been destroying, they kill every day till this minute, there is no armored tankers that go for them. There are no armored tankers that go for them. Instead, the government support them. The government keep deaf ears as if they do not see them. They do not go after them. They have not persecuted one. Rather, they eat and liars with them. So why won't there be a quest for freedom? If you are whatever country that is passing through this, you will go for freedom of your people. You will go for freedom of your people. If not, tell me why. If the United States sends danger in Nigeria. Okay, they said Mali the other day that they asked their citizens to leave because they sense danger. Why would they clear their citizens? Tell me, if it's not for freedom's sake, if it's not for goodwill's sake, if they do not care for the people, they would allow their people to die in any danger, in any country, in any unrest, in any country. But when the British, when any of this country, including France, including Italy, including Germany, including Britain, they sense danger, unrest in any country, they try to warn their citizens. If there's possibility, maybe, okay, problems that when it gets out of hand, they put in to remove their citizens. Why are they doing that? That is part of the freedom we're talking about because they care for their people. You release that person you don't want to care for. You don't want to care for that person. You don't want to care for that woman. You don't want to care for that man. Why are you in that marriage? If you don't want to care for your wife, you maltreat your wife. You do not care. You have side chicks where you spend your money. You have other speciality. Then you should allow her to go so that she could find her peace without being a problem. You level her a problem. When you level your wife a problem, what do? You separate from her so that you can have your peace, she can have her peace. Then, if you're a woman, your husband treats you the same way without peace, what do? You separate from that man so that you can have your peace and that man will have his peace. Then, if you got a maid, you got whosoever that lives in your house and you're not having peace, what do? You put off that person so that you can have peace, so that you can have your freedom. Why is it difficult that in a state as Nigeria, that people should suffer that way? A race should suffer so much hatred. And when one man comes to talk, he pleaded for things to be done. For one Nigeria, he pleaded, he called, he loved it. But the people in the power, there are people there that do not want the truth. They do not want that peace. They do not want that unity. They feel like that is a threat to them. And now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering. The man that called for peace, that called for togetherness, that called for oneness, while you refuse to give it, while you continued that the Igbo man should not rise, that the Igbo man should not be part of the government, part of the presidency. No, he should not rule. And he's a citizen, and he has got no right to rule, to be a president. He has no right to partake. He is being ordered around. You spill it for him to collect it the way you want it, not the way it could be. Then why must you have that person? Why will Igbos be part of you? That is the quest for freedom and self-determination. Okay, let us go so that we can manage our little self. Of course, the late Buhari said Biafrans are just but a dot in a circle. Then let that circle go. Let that dot go in peace so that they could manage themselves within that circle, so that they can manage their dot life. I could remember that audio that was flying about, moving about, is still in the public domain, whereby the said Setiman, whoever they were talking about, he said it. I didn't say it. I'm saying what he said because it is in the public domain. They have said a lot of things that we heard, that we know. In the video, they've made so much video. The way they talk down on Biafra, for whatever Biafrans do, I mean, you are nobody. To them, they can say anything and get away with it. They said, are the first class citizens. We are not. If you are told in the same country, you are an American, you're a British, and you are told that you are nothing, you defend your passport, your citizenship to the last of your breath. But you are when you are told that you are not part of it, when you are sure that you're not part of it, when you are treated as you are not part of it, you will not take it. You will not stand it. You will do the same thing as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing today. Let my people go. Give me a referendum and let us go. You do not want us. You do not care for us. Then let us go. Is it not Shetima? He said. What did he say? That the West, they have the sea. While he was revealing, discussing what they would do to Igbos, the Biafrans, he said the West, they have the sea. And then we have the agricultural product that they have entered into alliance with. APC have entered into alliance with okay. With what? The West. And themselves, they know who. So that they can do what? While they produce the agricultural product and whatever there, they come to the West and they finish it. They will divide it without giving the Igbos. They will share it within themselves without nothing to Biafra land. They will not give nothing to the Biafra land. And they so will do it, they will increase it, they will destroy importation and whatever, increase it with taxes, so much taxes that they could not be able to import. They will destroy it for them and leave them with nothing. That is what this is, still in the public domain. I am not the one that said it. I am repeating and telling the world what they said. Why the quest for freedom and continued self-determination? Because today, as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu led it, yet they continued killing our people. They continued killing our people in Biafra land. And they allow the terrorists to be moving around and they are dining with them. And one man that is begging and saying, please let me go. Please let my people go, is being locked up. Even upon the court orders and everything to let him go, discharged and acquitted, even by your own laws, that same man is being held down. That the laws are not supposed to work on a set of people, but the laws are Igbo man is supposed to. The laws are only made for Igbo men, and they must be maltreated and they must be humiliated. That is what they are doing right now. Because now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being held down. A man who asked, who was calling the government, okay, calling them, begging them to protect their own people. That same man is being locked up, chained, while they allow the terrorists and dine with them buy them houses, give them wives, give them integrate them, send them out to countries and all that. They beg them, they give them ransom, they are begging them, they integrate them inside the army, and they continued destroyal of the whole places and taking over communities. Because where they destroy, people run away and they take over the places. And these are the things that are going on. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying, no, no, my people cannot be destroyed this way, somebody have to do that. Somebody have to do the protection. They said, no, bring him and let us remove. Let us chain him. Let us close his mouth that he will not talk. That is the quest for freedom. Because unjust people, the Biafrans, the Ibos, is it what the Biafrans are going through in Lagos today? We are letting the world to know what is happening. Is it possible that shops, plazas, markets, pigs every day, every week, if it's not Alaba market, it will be one plaza at Idumota, where the Igbos all are working. It will be at Idumota, it will be at Lagos Island, it will be at whatever, different part of market, in the computer village, it will be whatever, different places, burning every day. Alaba International the other day. These are markets where Igbos are trading. These markets are where Igbos, thousands of money, properties, goods are being destroyed. These people, Biafrans, will be sleeping, and their property, before they wake up, their properties are being pulled down, destroyed. They wake up with the destroyed places, with their goods inside of it, worth of thousands destroyed. And the government is doing this. Lagos government is doing this. You cannot go to court because they said the court ordered it. And these same lands are being bought. They bought it. These people, they bought these lands. These lands were given to them by the same government. They signed it, they authorized it, they bought it and paid the said amount the government asked them to pay. And now they come back after paying and built properties. They come to destroy it. Have you ever seen any place in any part of the country, in any world, where markets are being burnt every day, every week, one market after the market? Those people are not being compensated. No, nobody compensates them. They lose, they lose. They continue to thrive again. They want to render them useless. They want to render them empty handed. They ask them to go back to their land. Go, go, go. They are not hiding it. They say they should go. Biafrans should go back to their places. Every day they are burning. Nobody cares. You can say, what are the authorities doing? What are their leaders doing? Our leaders are speechless. They cannot defend Biafrans. That is the quest for freedom. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stood up to say, not by fight, not by violence. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not use any violence. He only used the microphone and was begging, let my people go. The same way we are Latin and telling the world, because it's as if the world have kept quiet a long time. It's as if they have kept quiet a long time. Because of the long time we've been crying out. Look at the injustice doing to our people. The Biafran people are dying. Their men are being taken down every day. They're using one way or the other. When they commit crime politically, they brought in people, they raised in tongues to destroy Biafra land, and they want to put it on top of a particular state, Ipob, because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They changed down. And he continued to ask you, let my people go. Give me Biafra and let me go. The same man, your court says, I have discharged him, acquitted him, and there is no case against him or that shall be heard in any court. And the same man, they use their power to hold him down. Then people, the same people that is holding him down, government, are dining with terrorists. Do you know terrorists with their guns? They wore their guns. You can see their guns with them. It's all over in the public domain. They are true. They are true. They carry their guns, even a rocket flyer. You know what it means? They carry it. How many guns they are carrying? And ordinary citizens, Biafrans, are meant not to carry gun. You must not carry gun. When you carry gun, they destroy, they burn down your houses. And if you're a young boy, your own is over. They carry you in Biafra land. You must not move with any weapon. You automatically label the criminal in Biafra land. When they see ordinary young boy in Biafra land with a tattoo, they carry that one. He becomes a terrorist. Yeah. Mhm. They named him Ipob a terrorist. Meanwhile, they are the ones sending terrorists to destroy Biafra land. Meanwhile, they are the one doing this. Because of what? They want to use that opportunity to destroy Biafra land so that they can accomplish what they want. They have to raise our people against our people to accomplish what they want. That is the quest for freedom. We no longer feel safe. Insecurity, it's high in Biafra land. It is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No, no. That is the quest for freedom and continuous quest for self-determination because we want to be free. Biafrans have to be free. If an Igbo man cannot get justice in the court of Nigeria, then what are we doing? Why must we be part? Because he's an Igbo man. Yes, he cannot be released. The courts orders are being defied. The constitutions are being marched upon. The constitutions are not being obeyed. The laws of the nation, the constitutions are no longer working because he's an Igbo man, he's a Biafran. Then he said, give me my people, let me go. Okay, the North are producing gold. A lot of people do not know that in Zamfara you have gold. They have. They have gold mining. They have gold that are selling and making their money and sharing their money alone. Their gold is not for everybody. It is only, ask me, what they do with the money they got, with the gold they are mining, they are selling. Nobody, only them share it. But in Biafra land, they are sharing whatever proceeding that comes out of Biafra land is for national cake. They take it from there, they go to places Buhari have done a lot in Niger with the same money that comes from Biafra land. And yet, Biafra do not have peace and freedom. And yet, Biafrans are nobody. That is the quest for self-determination. And Biafrans are tired. They have wanted one Nigeria. But the way they are being treated, why their properties are destroyed, why their lives are in danger, they sleep with their eyes open because they do not know what will happen. You invest in a particular state of a country, and the next thing is being destroyed. Then Biafrans are tired. They want to leave. That is the continuous quest for self-determination because they no longer feel safe. They no longer, their businesses are not safe, their lives are not safe, their families are not safe. No. And you do not have the self-esteem of being a Nigerian because you are being discriminated upon in a set country where you are. So Biafrans want to be on their own. That is the quest of freedom. And that quest for the self-determination written by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is it a crime when you are not satisfied that your whole life is bent on ruins if you do not separate? That one might get mental health if you are not separated and you ask for it. Is it not your right? Is still the right in the United Nations Act. It is still in the, I mean, their Nigerian African chapter of the law. So what is it? Where did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu get it wrong? That he should not be released, that he should be suffered, that he should be kept down, that nobody should talk about it and nobody should protest about it. That is still the quest, the more the quest for freedom. Because Biafrans no longer trust the nation. If a vice president there, now, if they could say such a thing, if they should say such a thing with their mouth, what they should do, they are going to have or having alliance for economic development, whatever development program, economic development program, whatever. And they want to produce everything. They want to agricultural, why they not their industrial companies and whatever they produce it, they take, they finish that's what the ways they finish it and they share the money and they will not give anything to Biafrans, to the Biafran state. They said they will paralyze them so that they will remain with nothing. Let them remain with this, with their oil. That is what it said. It is in the public domain. Then if such a word should come out from a vice president before he becomes a vice president, it's already been planned, it's already been talked about, it's in the public domain. If all of those things should be talked about, that is the quest for freedom. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, "Let my people go," because he has seen the plans of those people, how they want to destroy the Biafra land, take over, render them useless. Okay, And he said, let my people go. If you, a government, do not want them, when you fight in the north, you destroy their market, you destroy their houses, you kill them in the north, you kill them in the west. What do you want them to go? You have divided, brought division among the Biafran land, the eastern region. You have brought enmity in the quest of division, in the quest of scattering them. Even within the war, you have already scattered them. That people started answering. The Igbo man in the Anyocha area will now say, "Oh, I am not Igbo." We started them to answer some English name, some even Hausa name, some even other names, in the fear of being an Igbo man, so that he or she will be accepted. Parents that are advising their children, "Oh, take up, do remove your Igbo name, start answering such a name." And after that, states were being created: south, southwest, southeast, southeast, and all that. And then divided them the more. That you are an Igbo, you will deny you are no longer an Igbo. In the quest of what? Quest of division, to make Biafra land, especially the Igbos, dry, and left them with nothing. Even they become the poorest. The other states, they have six, and now they have five. And now, what is happening? After you have divided them so much, after you have destroyed them so much, after you have messed them so much, that the heart of man is now testing and looking for freedom and looking for peace. They are not asking it in war. They are not asking it in violence. They are not asking it in destroyer. It is in peace. They are begging and saying, "Give it to me and let me go." Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there with you. You refuse to let him go. At all odds, you want to keep him down above all your laws. That is the quest for freedom, because we are not self. It could happen to anybody, any of us. Biafrans, that evil people should not gather anywhere. It becomes a sin. When they come to protest, it becomes worse. They come to kill them. Whenever they come to protest, the next thing is firing squad. They begin to kill them, shoot them alive, and kill them. That is the quest for freedom and continuous quest for self-determination. Biafrans, there is no nation that will be in a position what Biafrans are going through without asking for freedom. There is no nation. And there is no nation that will watch the properties of people being destroyed without proper, without intervention, without safety measures, without looking into it. How can a government watch its citizens' properties being destroyed? Almost 196 estates, 196 estates or more in Lagos State have been mapped out, made, okay, constructed by Igbos, have been mapped out for demolition. And nobody cares. Nobody's talking about it. No court is giving them guarantee, is giving them protection. Nobody, no government, nobody is talking about it. Nobody cares. And that is why, and the reason why quest for self-determination is high because people have gotten it up to here without government's protection. And the government is telling them you can go. When a government, a president tell people that you're only but a dot, imagine, then there is no love. That is not a president, and that is not a country. Biafrans, that is where we are today. And the world, this is where Biafrans are today. This is where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is today. A man who wanted peace and one Nigeria. A man who preached and talked about one Nigeria. A man who was alerting the government of the impending evil, the impending doom, the terrorists. He was alerting them. He was calling them to take protection, to defend their citizens, to do something. That same man that has been calling for peace, that wanted peace, that is doing well, is changed down. But those ones that are killing, raping, do you know how? Oh my God. Those ones that have been killing and doing all sort of evil, terrorists that are terrorizing night and day and roads and all that, they are loved. They are allowed. They are not in prison. They live in big homes. They move around. They share. They share their money. They make mouth. They boast. That is the more quest for freedom. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and let Biafrans go. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, had the world keeping quiet to see what will happen. That is why Biafrans are calling out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called out. Biafrans cry out night and day and every day to tell the world what is going on. But as if there is no help coming for Biafrans. It's like, because the things when they happen, when they do, and the people in the authority, they will lie upon them. They try to protect those bandits and terrorists and claim the people that are looking for peace, advocating for peace, peaceful referendum. They want to bring them down to tell them tomorrow. That's all lie. It is the right of the people to be on their own, to desire to be on their own. And after 100 years of amalgamation, a country is said to be free to divide. So tell me, where did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu get it wrong? That your constitution says he is freed, he is discharged, he is acquitted. Oh, and the authorities, the government said no, even against your own constitution that you are working on, not upon. On. You are working on it. You are working on. Because it is your constitution that is carrying you. You are not carrying your constitution. It is by your constitution you are balanced. Without your constitution, you are failed. You cannot represent. There is no country. But the constitution is no longer being applied. Now it is one man, It is two, three. It is those that sit down, that they say they are on top and they declare what is happening. It is hand of those that say that they are in authority. They are now deciding how to do it, how to suffer the Biafrans, the evil man. How much they will suffer, they are determining. And that is why it's happening today, what is happening. And that is why we are calling, still calling for self determination. Allow us to go. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Allow us to go. Give us our referendum, our Biafra, so that we could be of peace and no use to you. Since we are no use to you, since we Biafrans do not mean anything, since Biafrans are not citizens, because in every way they are trying to bring Biafrans down. The other day, a small girl just had to talk against Biafrans in a supermarket. Oh, everything, every evil is leveled on Biafrans because of what? They are rejected stones. They are slaves. Biafrans are no longer proud of the passport, your citizenship, because we are not recognized. They are not recognized. They are slaves. They are not begging you to go. Let us go in peace. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says. You do not like me. Let me go. It has become a property, personal property, that they can handle him the way they want. It's no longer a country. It's no longer a nation. That means Nigeria is no longer existing. If you cannot follow your constitution, if a presidency, if a minister, if a governor, whosoever is in the authority, if the police, if the army are no longer obeying the constitution, because it's only by the constitution you can be heard, not hurt, but heard, that you can operate, that you can exercise, that you can talk, that you can operate. Since you can no longer use it, you want to do your personal bidding. It is out of control. It's no longer a country. This is your family business. It is a personal business. They are personal interests. Then let their friends go. Let them go. Wonderful people of Biafra, we are still calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Tell it everywhere, share it everywhere, speak it everywhere. Release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu we are asking for. He is an innocent man. We are calling for peaceful referendum for Biafrans, because they said we should go back to our land. Then give us our referendum. They are destroying our properties. They are destroying our livelihood. They are destroying, they said they are going to render Biafrans useless. They're going to destroy everything and left them with nothing. Let them drink their oil. Please let us go. Wonderful people of Biafra, thank you very much for being with us today. We are going to come back again, same time, same day, next week. You are highly welcome. Please do share this. It is very, very important for you and for everyone. It is for the betterment of everyone. God bless you and good evening. Veronica the Jesus, BTV Europe. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. There comes a time. The whole wide world will welcome the rising sun. Here comes the time for everyone to see that what will be, will be. This is the time for you and I to stand together as one. Yeah. They will know, they will know. The sun is rising from east to west, from north to south. Can't you see the sun is rising? Oh, you wave your flag and be proud of who you are, because the sun is rising. We're shining so bright all over the world. We are the sun, we are rising. We spent our lives simply in a misery. Never gonna trade our freedom with any mystery. It's affecting our soul and it's killing us slow. With what we've been through, we are far from being cool. But we are blessed by Jubotika Biafra, so we're never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Your light in the way of a tunnel. It will shine so bright all time. The whole wide world will embrace us. Nobody can stop us. Nobody can cage us. Nobody can stand us. Yeah. They will know. The sun is from east to west, from north to south. Oh, you wave flag and be proud of who you are, because the sun is rising. We're shining so bright all over the world. Windows and buttons, green lights be revealing. When I think about how blessed we are, goosebumps all over my body. Sunrise to the black stripe, black strands crossing grey stripes, clashes upon clashes, made us to ashes. When I found no one reminisce, the actions I see madness. Blood on the ground, the fly, our beautiful flag around the world. Go carry us together, walk through to Zion, the sun will rise. How do we feel so?